Tony with Pettile Pet Store. I want to give you a quick video on bearded dragons, care, and also a little half of this video will go into the in-depth of morphs and quick genetics on how to get a silky. Everyone sees our silk back in the store and they ask, how do we get the silky and, how to breed to get it. A lot of people are wanting to breed now, so not a lot of information, not a lot of people like to share information I'm finding. So today's video is all about bearded dragons, so let's get it started. First thing we want to talk about, I'll answer some of the simple questions about age, how long do they live. Bearded dragons on average live for about 7 to 15 years. You can see this is a baby. They start out really small. This baby is about 5 to 6 weeks old. He's eating on greens, crickets, lots of dusting, lots of water, and keeping his calcium up, keeping him under good lights, good UVB. You also want to remember your environment. Your environment is very important at the early stages of your bearded dragon's age. A lot of people come to me and they say, they got a dragon and it died. They got it from one of those other stores and set it up, didn't live the way they thought it should. So most of the time, your key problem is sand. If you notice, a lot of the cages we keep here, all of our bearded dragons are on carpet. The babies are on carpet or they are on paper towel. It's to keep from impaction. Impaction is one of the biggest causes in death with baby bearded dragons. I always set our setups up very simple. Big water dish, nice area for them to all climb on, and always miss at least 2 to 3 times a day. This bearded dragon here is about 9 to 10 weeks old. So if you look at the difference in size and growth, let's see, grab another one of these little guys. As they get older, their color changes, so they always start dark. As they start to grow, the colors are stretched based on the type of bearded dragon you've got. If they start out really light, that means they're going to be really, really light as they get older. So, like you look at this guy, this is one of the German giant citrus, tangerine to citrus breedings that we just had this year. Looking really awesome, nice light colors on them, good patterns. And all the babies lighten up like that just based on time. So I tell people, don't sell your bearded dragons, your baby bearded dragons, to at least 8 to 10 weeks of age. Then you at least know what colors and how they're going to turn out in the future. A lot of people have been asking about the breeding, so we will get into the breeding, but basic setup for your bearded dragons. Tank, a light. If you've got a 20-gallon tank, I recommend on a 50-gallon tank a 50 to a 75-watt bulb. If you have a 10-gallon tank, I recommend a 25 to a 40-watt bulb on the spot area. I know everybody says, well, what about basket temperature? You read about your day temperature being at 85 degrees, your basket temperature being about 100 to 110 or 115. You're rarely ever going to get it that hot with the baby. You want to stay on the low ends of the 90s to 100s with your babies so that they don't get overheated during the day while you're at work. If you're, able to tend to them all the time, I wouldn't, I would say go up with a higher bulb, but try to keep it in the 90s to 100 range with your babies, keeping them on their paper towel or carpet substrate. Diet. In the beginning, you want to start out with small pinhead crickets or reptiworms. If you're using reptiworms, you can feed a half-inch reptiworm to a baby bearded dragon with no problem. As long as it's one of the white ones, not one of the black ones. The black ones are a little harder, a little more calcified, so you want to kind of hold off on that. But they're definitely good for them. They grow a lot faster. It's 2-to-1 phosphorus to calcium ratio, so you want to go with that. Next section of this video is going to go directly into advanced breeding. Like I said, we got a lot of babies here we're talking about. I'm going to show you a little more of the bigger guys in the next video, show you what offspring of how to get a silky.